Hi, everybody. Welcome back to We Run on Coffee. I'm Marissa,
And I'm Erica.
and I'm a sleepy girl today.
Same girl. And we were just talking about how we're a little sniffly, we're a little stuffy, we're feeling a little, I don't know, it's not a summer thing. I feel like to feel this way, but maybe that's because I'm new to the allergy world and everyone else is like, bro,
Yeah.
we always feel like this.
Well, I feel like my allergies have been better, and like I've told everybody, my allergist said I'm only allergic to dust mites, which is ridiculous. But
Same.
I've been extra sniffly recently, and I also told
Yeah.
Erica I woke up this morning and I either slept with my mouth open or I had some drainage or something, and my throat was a little bit scratchy, and like I feel like you can hear it in my
Yeah,
voice a little bit. But I drank like a whole liquid IV, and it made me feel more hydrated from yesterday, but I
that's good.
still feel weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. And I have been having the dry throat, scratchy throat recently too. I don't know. Maybe it's also just the weather a little. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a bit cooler, like in the mornings.
Yeah,
Like, I think right now it's only in the
it's true.
60s, which is really
Mm-hmm.
nice. But I feel like it's still very much summer weather for the next couple of weeks. So I don't really know why
Yeah,
my
kind of
body's trying to
random.
fight me I'm getting like like a fall cold.
So true.
But anyways, Erica, what are you drinking this morning?
All right, you guys, normal day, normal drink,
Normal day.
normal, except that we're recording early. So, you guys, sorry, it's a little dark. Honestly, it was kind of
Oh
dark, but
yeah.
got my
Just so
Gilmore
you
Girls
know,
mug.
everybody, it's 7:30 in the morning.
It's early. My alarm went off at 6:45, which it goes off every day, but on the weekends, I usually just get back in bed. So today, when it went off at 6:45, I was like, no, I have to get up. I still got back in bed till 7.
That's
But
okay.
yeah. But yeah, I have my Stars Hollow mug. You guys have seen it before. And I'm just having my regular, which is my cinnamon honey. No, ew, not cinnamon. Brown sugar honey breve.
That's really funny. So this will go into another story. But
Yeah.
anyways, I guess I'll say what I'm drinking first before I go
Yes.
crazy. Actually, never mind. Whatever. I'm going all over the place. I have so many thoughts and feelings.
Literally.
Okay, so I'm drinking a witch's
Oh my
brew.
gosh, it's official, you guys.
It is
That
official.
reel or that vertical video we made, you guys, we put on reels and like shorts of the Alani Nu. It was popping.
I
Everybody
know.
was feeling you
And
on that.
Alani responded, and it was during the
Yes.
time that they were doing the Witches Brew giveaway, and Hunter hyped me up on
Yes.
their post saying that they should
Yes.
sponsor me, and then I didn't win the giveaway. So we have
Boo.
beef now.
We have beef. Yeah, that was really popping. Everyone was like agreeing with you. And then also Lonnie New commented on our reel. You guys, we're famous. That's what that means.
So silly. This is not my first one of the season, or else I would have been going a little bit
Yeah.
more in depth with my taste test. It is still really good.
Good.
I feel like every single year they say that it's more appley and less caramely, and every
Oh,
single year I'm like, it tastes the same to me.
yeah.
So I think that people are just misremembering from previous years,
Could
but
be.
it's really good. I feel like my false spirit is being awakened. I'm like
Wow.
leveling up.
That is
The other
amazing.
day, Kyle and I went on a walk to Target. And it was so nice. It was like slight breeze. It
Oh,
was like
yeah.
high 60s. So it was still like a bit warm for like a fall like breeze. But we were walking Scarlet. We were next to each other. And I looked at him. I was like, I want you to know this is my happy place.
Aw.
And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, just walking you with the dog, like walking you, walking with you, walking the dog,
Yeah.
going to
It's a
Target, the
little
fall
cool.
breeze. And he was like, I think I can tell. I was like, shut up.
That's so
But
cute.
anyways, back to my like
Yes.
thought
Give us the
bubble
tangent.
that exploded in front of everybody. I was gonna say I really wanted to watch Gilmore Girls this year, and I've already
Yeah.
talked to Natalie about this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have access to Netflix anymore
No.
because we're on Kyle's dad's Netflix,
And
and
it
it says
keeps.
we don't live with him
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
This keeps happening to me. I just went on Netflix the other day and it's in we have Angela's mom's Netflix and it's like, you don't live in the same house. Are you traveling? And I was like, sure, I'm traveling. And then
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
we'll text you a code. I'm like, don't do that. So our life hack, fun fact, which this is way harder for you guys to do, but if you know
yeah.
anyone that lives near you, if we take our Roku out of our TV and plug it into Angela's mom's TV at her house and then bring it back, it thinks we live with her for like a while. And it's like a really good
Oh,
fix for a little while. So if anyone's out there listening, try that. But it is so annoying. I told Angelo, when we move, I might have to buy Netflix. And I don't pay for
yeah.
a single streaming service. We just mooch off everyone else's.
Yeah, we actually do pay for a lot of streaming
Yeah,
services. I think we have everyone, whether we share it with somebody or like we pay for
right.
it. And I think Kyle was saying we have our like friends Connor and Sarah, and they rotate streaming services. So like they'll pick a show,
Mm,
they'll only buy that streaming service, they'll
that's
cancel
smart.
it, and then get a new streaming service. And
Yeah.
I think Kyle wants to move more towards that, but we would like always keep Paramount because that has like some live TV. It has Survivor. Survivor's two
Mm-hmm.
times a year. It'd be
Oh.
annoying to like back up to that. And we
Mm-hmm.
don't have cable because we only have streaming like on the TVs that
Right.
we have. So I feel like always keeping Paramount, maybe always keeping Amazon just because it's included in like our
Oh,
like
yeah, it's free.
paying for
Like
Amazon.
free. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like we keep
True.
those and then just rotate based on what we're watching.
Yeah,
But
I like Hulu. Angela always hates Hulu because ads, which same, the ads are annoying.
yeah.
But I like Hulu because I watch Survivor on there, Dancing with the Stars, and like when those things are on TV, I watch them on there, like how you were saying
Mm,
too.
yeah.
So I like
I
that
think you have
one.
to pay extra for live TV on Hulu, so we don't have that
Mm,
one. But
makes sense. Julie pays for it.
yeah, I feel like we should. I don't know the last time I watched anything on Hulu. So like I feel like that
Yeah,
is something that we should definitely get rid of. But
yeah,
I know Disney Plus is also taking over Hulu and Kyle likes watching
yeah.
some
They're like
things on Disney
connected.
Plus. So I don't know. I feel like
It's a
that'll
whole
all become
thing.
like one payment and then it'll just be like, why are we even going to cancel one if
No,
it all
literally.
becomes one
I
anyways?
heard someone saying like we are right here, we're right on the verge. We're reverting back to one thing, like cable. Like,
Yeah.
why do we not just have one platform that has all of this shit on it and we just pay
It
one fee? I'm
it's
like,
really frustrating. It is
honestly,
super frustrating. And like some people like do pay for cable and have streaming for like the
oh
certain shows that they want to
yeah.
watch, which like
And cable's so
I
expensive actually.
it's so
So
expensive.
stupid.
Whatever.
I love this
Like
tangent.
I know I could
It's
probably
too
save
good.
so much money by not paying for 40 subscriptions for
Yes,
streaming services, but here I am because I need to.
honestly.
I'm so bad at making a decision. How many times do I have to say this? I
On
can't make a
yeah,
decision to save my life. So if
yeah.
I have to make a decision on a streaming
On a
service, I
streaming
literally
service.
just curl up into a ball. I can't.
LOL. That is too funny.
Anyways, so that's my entire tangent to say that I can't watch Gilmore Girls because I don't have
Don't have Netflix right
Netflix
now. That's
right
sad.
now. And then Natalie was saying, well, just tell my dad to upgrade his subscription. And I was like, I'm not
That's
telling him
funny.
that.
You tell him.
Well, she doesn't use his. She uses Caden's parents. So I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I don't
I
even
know.
know.
I know Julie was like, we can up you guys let us know. We can upgrade the subscription. You guys can pay the difference. And I looked at it or something and I was just like, nah, not worth it. So
Like, I'll
we'll see.
just watch something else, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They have us in
This
a
is
pigeonhole, you guys.
annoying. I know.
The streaming
Okay.
services have us in a chokehold.
Yes. So now we're gonna get into our little catch up. So, Erica,
Yeah.
what's new with you?
Okay, so much, you guys. You all know we're recording less frequently. We have so much going on in between episodes these days. So, first of all, I have my pottery. I don't know if I told you guys about my pottery class at all. It was like a long
Mm-mm.
time ago, but Angel's younger sister Amelia and I went to this pottery class at my friend Bella's pottery studio in Columbus, English, and it's called Lifestyle Pottery, and it's kind of like those places you go when you're a kid to like paint pottery or to throw pottery, and they have like a bunch of pre-made stuff and you can paint it, except the adult version. That's what I always say because she always has like dishes and mugs and just all kinds of different
Mm-hmm.
things that you can make. So
It's not
we
like
went
a
to
octopus that you paint and put
no,
in
and you're like, what do I
the
do with this?
kiln.
Literally. Then you bring it home and it's like, okay, and it looks kind of like shit. No offense to anyone who has done that, but I feel like the stuff I painted when I was a kid, like, what? Ew.
What was the one I feel like Color Me Mine? Me and my
Yes,
mom would go there all the time as a
that's a
kid.
big one. I would actually never been there, but we didn't have them near us. But that is a big one I've heard of. Um, but yeah, so she had a class and it was making travel tumblers, like little travel mugs that are ceramic.
Mm.
And I'm gonna
Ooh.
show you guys the pictures of
I
the
feel like that's
examples.
an actually really useful
So
one.
useful and I loved it. And you get to make two for the class, which I feel like is
Oh.
really nice. Let me see. Lifestyle
Two per
pottery.
person, so like you and Amelia got two each.
Yeah,
That's really nice.
I know. Because it's $70 for a class, which is kind of a lot. But then it was like, well, you get to make two. I'm like, actually, that's pretty good because you get
Yeah.
to, you go back three times. Like you start by making it, then they fire it. You come back another time and you glaze it, and then they fire it, and you come back a third time and you pick it up. Let
I
me
feel
see
like
if I
that
can
makes
show
sense
you.
though, because I feel like a tumbler would be like 20 bucks and then you also get the experience of doing it. So
Yeah,
it's like
actually,
40 bucks
six
for materials and then
$65. Aren't those
that's
so
so
cute? Those are just
cute.
examples of just different ones that she had made or pulled from Pinterest. So yeah,
Yeah.
Amelia and I went to this and we made our own. I'm gonna pull up a picture of mine so I can show you guys. Um, It was really fun. They turned out okay, not quite as beautiful as the ones in her pictures.
Well, of course, you're not professionals
Yeah.
yet.
It's so hard, but these are like not thrown on the kiln. These are not thrown on the kiln, not thrown on the
The
wheel.
table.
Yeah. They
The
are
table, that is not it.
they are a slab. So they literally she like rolls it out all evenly like a cookie dough kind of. And then
Mm-hmm.
you like shape it into what you want it to be. So the first one I made is this one. It's like hearts on it. And then I
Oh,
colored them in, and this is the top I made. I made it into a heart.
oh, it's like a pie.
Yeah, honestly, it kind of is because I did the scalloped edges.
It
I do
looks like a
kind of regret
pie.
the scalloped edges. I mean, it's cute, but it's a little like weird. And then let me see if I can show you
How have
guys.
you drank out of it? Because
Yeah,
how nicely does that
well,
heart opening work?
that's what Angela said. I use a straw in it
Gotcha,
because I feel like that's
gotcha.
easy. I can't find another picture of my other one, you guys, but it's black. It looks a lot like nicer, and it has these stripes on the side. I have this one, which is before it was fired. You kind of have to just use your imagination. It's
Mm-hmm.
completely actually black. But anyways, we finished them, fired them, and picked them up, and they're so cute. And I love using them because I'm like, wait, I made this. It's so
Yeah.
cool. So highly recommend that. And it was what was I gonna say? Oh, all of her stuff that she does, all the glaze is food safe and dishwasher safe. So you can
Oh,
just put
good.
it in the dishwasher. I'm like, that's so nice. I would never hand wash this. I would just never use it.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
just like use it once and be like, cool, that was fun. I'm done.
Yeah. You'd be like,
So
oh,
I
I
love
have to
that.
throw it away.
Yeah, literally. So I love that. So that's my pottery update, you guys.
I like
Highly
it.
recommend if you're in Columbus, check out Lifestyle Pottery. Bella's so
See,
nice.
I wish that I could do that, but that sounds like it sounds exciting
Yeah.
right now. And then it
Yeah.
sounds like it'd be my worst nightmare when I'm sitting
It's
there.
a little hard. She also does the ones where you go in and you throw clay on the wheel and
That
stuff.
sounds like my worst
That's
nightmare.
so fun, but it is hard. You get three items though. You get three, it's also $70, and you get three balls of clay, and she literally just sits there and helps you and teaches you everything. Like if you've never done it. And I'm like, this is such a good like activity. It is like a higher price point, obviously, but it's really
Yeah.
fun.
But I mean, if you think about it, $70 for that versus $70 to go out to dinner. I feel like if you're going to like a
Yeah.
nice dinner, $140 for two is not unheard of. So like a nice
Yeah.
date night
No,
is,
it's so
I feel
fun.
like that would be good.
Yeah,
And
last time I
then,
did it, I made two plates and a mug, which I feel like is a
yeah.
good amount of stuff.
Yeah, and you can like eat dinner at home, like make a nice home
Yeah,
cooked meal and then go out for like the experience. I feel like that
so
sounds like a
true.
really good date night.
Yeah, we did it for our anniversary a few years ago, so highly recommend, guys. Do it. So
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah. Mm.
Okay, so anyways, aside from that, we had Amelia's grad party celebration because she
Yay.
just moved. She's already gone. She moved into college. So crazy.
Oh,
She
yeah,
literally has a
it's
dorm.
August.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So, but we had her grad party. Actually, the day before her party, I picked up the pottery and she didn't know. And then I surprised her
Mm.
with it on her grad party. She was
Aw.
so excited. She made, I mean, we all know Amelia's a creative genius.
Mm-hmm,
She
hmm.
made, I don't think I have a picture. She made her mug into like more of a slightly rounded shape, just a little. And then she made the drinking hole two small holes. And then she made the opening have teeth and it's a shark and literally painted it like a shark. And it is so cool.
I just don't
Everybody at
even
the studio,
understand.
I know everybody at the studio was like, that is the coolest thing we've seen. Like, I would have never thought of that. I'm trying to see
How
if I
did
can show
like
you
does your
guys.
brain work like that? Because like I would never,
Literally.
I'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna not even paint it. It's just gonna be the color of the clay. Like
No, she's so
I'm
smart.
so bad at things like that. Like ask me to like write a story, sure, I could probably figure that out. I'm a lot better with
Yeah.
my words than I am with like my hands.
Yeah. I can't find a picture, you guys, but if I do, I'll have Marissa put it in. But yeah, it was really cool. And literally when she picked it up, like it had the teeth, it had the nostrils. I was like, this is so crazy.
That is so
So
cool.
that was cool. But yeah, I picked that up and then we went to her grad party. So Julie always goes all out for the grad parties because the kids didn't want traditional grad parties with a lot of people. They just want to do something small. I
Hmm.
only put air quotes because it is small, but it's usually elaborate. So, if you guys
Mm-hmm.
remember, I talked about on the podcast Dominic's, we did like a very hungry caterpillar scavenger hunt thing, and that was super fun. And then we all released butterflies. For Amelia's, she's going to art school, so we did like an art theme, and Julie like printed out these pamphlets for everybody, and they had a huge like path to follow, and you go around to all these different buildings in our town and look at the murals, and then she researched the murals, so we would stop there, look at the murals, she would tell us who painted it, like tell us about the mural, we'd take pictures, go to the next one, and then at the end we did like a scavenger hunt. of different art paintings, like on whatever, like city, whatever,
Hmm.
like different murals or whatever. So we
Yeah.
did like a big scavenger hunt, and then we ended at Julie's house and we got Cafe Da Vinci. If you guys don't know, if you never had it, try Cafe Da Vinci in Columbus. It's the best Italian food. It's actually like authentic Italian food with the little family that owns it. So good, but whatever. That was her grad party and it was super fun. And then that all happened in one day and it ended, I don't know. I think the girls were over there until like 11. We left really early because we got up at 3 in the morning the next day for the cruise. It
That's
was
so
so
crazy because
crazy.
all the people that were there were going on the
We're on the
cruise,
cruise. Yes.
but you all like left at different times.
It's also, we were talking about it, how it was funny, roles reversed, because Grace and Lauren are usually like the first to leave and like go to bed
They're like
early and like
retired,
get
gotta
their stuff
go.
done. Yeah, like
Yeah.
so good. And then we left honestly like an hour in or so. Like we ate and we left, which felt so weird because we always are the last ones there. And we ate and we left, and the girls were like, "What? Should we leave too? Like, what's going on?" So weird. But I was like, "I'm getting up at 3 in the morning. Do you want me to be a bitch? I have to go.
Yeah.
Like, I have
You're
to
like, do
go
you want me to be
now."
mean tonight and
Yes,
tomorrow, or do you want me to
literally.
just be mean tonight?
Yeah, you have two choices here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we left and then we woke up and went on the cruise. Cruise
Yay.
was amazing. It was with Angela's dad and siblings. Um, his Dominic and Amelia's first time out of the country. Everyone else's first cruise except Lauren and us. And we went to the Bahamas. We went to
Yay.
Bimini. We went to Nassau,
And you
and
made it
we
just
sailed.
before the hurricane.
Yes, and before like people fell off the pier and someone got stabbed on a Royal Caribbean, there's been all of this
Oh,
crazy news coming out after our cruise. I was like, "What? We just had our cruise in the perfect timing, apparently." It's
yeah.
crazy down there right now, but ours was good.
Yay.
It's fun. And then, okay, so other two things, last two things is I found a photographer and we're getting engagement photos and I'm so
Yay.
excited. I don't remember if I talked about this or not, or if I told you about this. If not, I'll have to send you the girl. But I found this photographer and I was like really impressed because her photos are good. Also, she's affordable. I have found so many photographers that are like, I don't know, $500 or more for engagement photos. I'm like, that just feels like so much. This girl's literally half the price of everyone else. Her photos are great. I'm like, I don't know why, but whatever. I contacted her. We had a call, like, we're going to do pictures. And then I realized someone posted it was her birthday and she was like reposting the stories and she just turned 19. I was like, oh, that's why. I was
Oh,
like, no way. I had no idea she was so young, but I'm like, that works. So she's literally
yeah.
just a student and she does this, I guess, on the side, but I feel like she's probably making full-time money. She does weddings, she does everything.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna probably hire her for our wedding if we like our photos, which I'm sure we will. They look really good.
Yeah.
But
I
she
know somebody
does
else in the area too. She books up
really
really fast and she's not nearly as affordable because it's like
right.
her full-time job and she's like in her
Yeah.
late 20s. So
Yeah. Is it the same person that Natalie sent me or no? Do you think?
I don't know who
Natalie's
Natalie
friend.
sent you.
Oh, Natalie's friend who's like always at her parties and stuff taking pictures. Probably
Oh,
not then, but
no.
she sent me her as well. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. But I just thought that was so funny. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know she was so young. And then
Hmm.
when I like not a dig at all, but when I talked to her on the phone, I was like, oh, I can tell she's so young. She's like giving
Yeah.
college, you know what I mean? She's like
Well, I
super
guess it makes
energetic, all over
sense.
the place. Yeah.
Like
She was so
she
nice.
doesn't have like a management like
No.
frame of reference yet. Like she doesn't know how to like manage her
No.
like everything
She
yet.
was literally like, I just do all my business in text message, so just message me. I was like, okay, I'll try to
You're like
conform to these ways.
you're like that's fair because you're
Yeah.
19,
I
but
know. I know. I'm like, I like email. She was like, yeah, I'm just so bad at email. I never respond. My mom always tells me I need to get better, but I don't. So I just message.
she
I'm like,
will
all
once
right,
she gets a
all right.
better client base.
Yeah, it's so funny, but she's lovely. Can't wait. She's bringing a second shooter, which
Jesus, she's got
yeah,
everything put together.
she's bringing a second shooter to the engagement for free though, which is really cool because she said she's teaching her friend how to do camcorder videos and have like little
Oh, that's
vintagey kind of film
very
videos. I
cool.
was like, ah, she's like, yeah, we're just starting to learn that. I just got good timing. She's like, we're just starting to learn that, so I'll bring him, and if he can do a video of you guys, and you can have it for free. Like I'm not going to charge you for it because we're
Yeah.
practicing. I was
Because
like,
like
oh
who
my
knows if
god,
it's going to be good? Like it
yeah,
could be bad, but you
yeah.
could still get some good stills from it, I
I
think.
love it. And she also is going to do a 20 or 30 photo Polaroid album of our session too. So she brings her Polaroid, does Polaroids
She's
and film.
awesome.
Yeah, and then she puts it in an album. I'm like, that's wonderful. It's like an
Erica's
upcharge
like,
of
I am
something, but
gatekeeping her name currently so that I can have her for my wedding date. But
literally,
once I know
I'll
if she's
expose her.
good and I have her
I
booked,
will.
then I'll tell you.
I'll expose her in the wedding episode, you guys. I'll bait you guys and I'll
Yeah.
collect all my recs, but I'm gonna send it to Marissa so you can see the pictures because I think
Okay.
they're really good.
Yeah.
So shout out. And then lastly, finally, yesterday we went to the Columbus Air Show. So much fun. We saw the Blue Angels, my favorite thing
My
ever.
mom saw them practicing. She was driving
Yes.
by Rickenbacker and
Oh, that's so cool.
she was like driving somewhere.
Yeah.
My niece's quinceañera was yesterday.
Oh, wait, that's
And
fun.
so she went and
Yeah.
like the day before she was driving by and saw them practicing. And she's like, I wanted to get my phone out and take a quick video, but they're so
Yes.
fast. And I
They're
was like,
so
Erica's
fast.
going tomorrow.
Yes, I will have to put some pictures on the Instagram for you guys. I got some of the most sickest pictures. This is like collectively, Angela and I have seen them separately and together, but collectively, this is like our fourth time seeing them. And we're just obsessed. We're like little kids geeking out. Look at this picture.
That's very cool. She
So
did say that
sick.
she saw them practicing their V formation, and I was like, that
Oh,
is really cool.
love. Yeah, it's so much fun. Anyways, that was the longest catch up. I feel like, yeah, 20 minutes. But here we are. What's new with you? Tell us about your catch
Um,
ups.
I literally just have like no time to do anything these
Yeah.
days because I'm either like constantly booked, and Kyle got to experience it yesterday.
Oh,
Scarlett does not let me have a minute to myself.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
Whenever she's with Kyle, she sits on the couch, she'll chew her toy, or
Wow.
she'll like lay on the floor, she'll chew her bone. As soon as I pick up my phone, she's jumping on me, she's barking at me.
Yeah.
I have to have my full undivided attention on her. So that means I can't get anything done outside of work
Oh my
because
gosh.
I can't pick up my Kindle, I can't touch my
Right.
laptop, I can't stop staring at her or else she yells at me.
Yeah.
And she also doesn't listen to me that well.
Mm.
So, like, Kyle watched how I was correcting her yesterday, and he gave me like one tweak. He was
Yeah.
like, rather than just like giving her the command and like waiting for her to do it, which is what we normally do, he
Right.
said, say no with the command. And I
Mm.
started doing it, and she still wasn't listening. He was like, you
Yeah.
did perfectly. Like, you did exactly what my tweak was. And
Yeah.
just
She's being
like,
stubborn to you.
yeah, I think. I don't know. It's like she likes to play with me, like
Yeah.
my body, not
Oh my
with
God.
me with a
Yeah.
toy.
Yeah.
And she also, it's like she's more bonded to Kyle, but also, well, like she likes to play with Kyle, but is also more bonded to me. It doesn't make any sense, like
Yeah.
the way that it works. So I have no time to do anything. That's the
Yeah.
moral of the story. So I feel very overwhelmed currently because I
Yeah.
don't have like even 30 minutes to myself these
She's
days.
literally a little baby.
Yeah, so I'm trying to fix that, but I have to fix her first before I can fix
Right.
it for myself.
Yeah.
And I'm exhausted and I want to
Oh my
give up
gosh.
sometimes,
Yeah.
but that's
You can't
okay.
return your baby.
I know. And she
Yep.
will eventually like calm down. It's just
Yeah.
like right now she's 6 months old.
Right.
So
That's actually
she's
crazy. I forget how like still little she is because she is getting so big that I'm like, what? You're still a
she's
puppy puppy?
she's so big, but she's so small.
Right. Yeah.
Like she's like
So
almost 50
crazy.
pounds, but she's really short still. Like
Right.
it doesn't make any sense. But okay, so that's the Scarlet update. She's relentless.
Relentless.
What else have I been doing? My friend Deja moved here, so I've seen her a couple
Yes.
of times. We've
Oh,
done like weekend plans together.
that's
Nothing
fun.
like crazy. We just like got dinner, invited her
Yeah.
over. We had like game night and stuff. And then last weekend, Kyle's friend Dakota and his fiance Cam, they came and stayed the weekend with us. So we got to go to Dave and Buster's for happy hour, which was
Love.
so
My
fun.
favorite place.
Dave and Buster's happy hour is a really good deal. It's
Yeah.
$5 drinks and they're like really
Ooh,
yummy
yeah.
drink. So
Oh,
that was
good.
fun. And we got wings and fries and then our drinks and we went around and played games. That was so much fun. And then we went to a winery, which I highly recommend.
Ooh, I saw your pics. They were really
Yeah,
cute.
it's the winery at Bull Run. It's in Manassas, Virginia, and I love it. It's at the historic, what is it called? Oh no. The historic battlefield at Bull Run. That's what it's
Okay.
called.
Hmm.
So the Civil War obviously happened a lot in Virginia. Virginia was like the dividing state between the North and the South, and they had a battle at Bull Run here, and it was like one of the more deadly battles of the Civil War. And it was this winery was built at the location
Mm,
of that battlefield. So they have like a historic national park of the battlefield, and then right behind it is the winery we went to. And
nice.
it was really good. I bought a bottle of wine, and it's a red wine, which I don't typically drink very
Oh,
much,
yeah.
but it tasted like fall. And so I got it for Thanksgiving. So when my
Ooh,
mom and my dad
nice.
come, I'm gonna like
That's
serve
fun.
that with dinner, I think.
Yeah.
What else did we do? We went to the Arlington County Fair, which was interesting because it's like a fair that I've never, well, it's like a street fair. So like
Okay.
in my hometown, we had a like street festival, and it felt very much like that because it wasn't like animals and like
Right.
exhibitions and stuff. It was literally
Yeah.
just like the food trucks and like games and rides and
Okay.
stuff.
That
But it
makes
was
fun
very fun.
sense.
They had an entire like adult area where they had
Oh,
like live music, and we all bonded about how much we hate live music
that's funny.
unless it's like a concert.
Right.
We all hated live music because like who are you? Like you're not doing the best job, and you're the guy that
Yeah.
we were listening to was picking the hardest songs to cover.
Oh,
And I can't even remember like examples of them right now, but it was like you should never pick this
that's
song
funny.
to do a cover of. Like the person that made this song is
Yeah.
perfect. So
That's so wild.
it very interesting. Like we were all like, wow, that's crazy. And it was also like outside, but it was still really loud. So like we couldn't hear anything. And we all bonded about
Right.
how we hate going to a bar and not being able to hear anything. And this is the exact example of that.
Yeah.
So it was really nice that we like all realized that we're getting
You
old and we all
related.
hate that.
Yeah.
What else have I been up to? Not really much. I feel like it's been a lot of like scarlet in my face and there's been like a lot of little plans throughout. And
Yeah.
this is going to be a little bit more for next week, but as of right now, my next free weekend is, as we're recording this, everybody, it is August 24th, and my next free weekend is November 8th. So
You're turning into me.
yeah,
Oh
in
my
case you
God.
wanted to know how I'm going to be for the next couple of months,
It's
not
unwell.
well.
It's
Not
unwell.
well.
Oh my
But those are
gosh.
my updates.
Wow. Okay. Well, very busy. You know,
Yes.
good or bad, who could really say? It's a
I need a
lot.
break. It's bad currently.
Yeah.
I need a
Yeah.
minute.
I feel that's how I was feeling last year. I think I've actually done a lot better job this year, but I'm like, oh, we're going to be moving this time. We're going to be moving this time. We're going to be moving this time. So I've just like left my calendar open, and then inevitably we're still here and my calendar's still open, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
So apparently I should just gaslight myself all the time.
Yeah, the only weekend I technically don't have anything is Kyle's birthday weekend, but I'm leaving it open so that we can do stuff for him. And like I don't
Yeah.
want to make plans that
Right.
weekend and then be like, "Oh, we just want to go to dinner and like watch a movie and sit on the couch all day on Sunday." Like that's what I would prefer to
Yeah.
have happen.
Well, as you guys are listening to this, it's September 10th, which means that
Yes.
we have passed. Angela is leaving. Sorry. Bye, babe.
Bye.
Marissa says bye. Good luck. Have fun. Um, yeah, so we've passed Gilmore Girls Day, but I'm just throwing
Yes.
that out there. If anyone wants to watch Gilmore Girls this year, now's your time, September 1st. I don't know if anyone has, if I've already said this, so stop me. But this year, September 1st was actually on a Monday, and it's
Hmm.
Labor Day, which means no work for me, which means I can literally just watch Gilmore Girls all day. I've never done this before, but I'm like, that's what I'm doing.
You're
I'm
gonna
turning
wake
it
up,
on in
you're
the
gonna have a
morning.
brown sugar coffee,
Yep.
and then around 3, you're gonna have an apple cider, and then
I'm deceased. I didn't even think of that. I need to go to the
yeah, yeah,
store.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my
I
God, you're right.
spoiler alert for next week. I am
Ooh,
gonna be next week's episode.
yeah.
So what we're recording right
2 weeks.
after
Yeah, yeah.
this, I am gonna have an apple cider because I already have some in the fridge.
Whoa. Oh my God, I need to go to the store, you guys. You guys know that we are not like the gonna be your resident pumpkin spice girlies. We're not. But if you're
No.
into that, grab your pumpkin spice, grab your cider, whatever. We're doing cider. Grab your brown sugar coffees. Let's watch some Gilmore Girls.
Okay, and last update. They have this new Angry Orchard pack, and it's
Oh.
called the Thriller pack. And I
Oh.
got it yesterday. It
Mm-hmm.
has 4 flavors. It has
Okay.
headless pumpkin, so like a
Oh.
pumpkin apple cider, like pumpkin hard cider.
Mm-hmm.
It has a berry one. Can't remember the
Okay.
funny name for that one.
Yeah.
Sinful apple, so it's a cinnamon one, and then blood orange. So I did
Ooh.
a taste test yesterday
Okay.
because, oh, my friend Danielle came and visited yesterday
Oh,
because she's
no way.
currently living in Maryland before she starts her travel contract for her job.
Oh,
So she
wow.
came and visited, and we did like a taste test of all four, me, her, and Kyle.
Yeah.
And the pumpkin one honestly wasn't that bad.
Oh.
The sinful apple tasted like burnt trash to me. Everybody else liked it, but I don't like cinnamon.
Yeah.
The berry one was pretty good, and the blood orange was by far my favorite.
Okay. Blood orange sounds the best to me. Like that sounds really
Hmm.
good.
Yeah.
I love that. Thriller pack, you said?
Yeah.
All right,
So
guys.
my
I'll
mom's
post
trying
it.
to find it because another spoiler alert for next week. This is
Hmm.
just all the tangents. I'm going to Ohio to visit my parents for Labor Day,
Ooh, nice.
and I think my mom's going to try and find the pack so she can try all of them too.
Yeah, you guys can taste test together.
Hmm.
Drinkies. Didn't you say you guys always did like a drink together? Like you would try drinks?
Well, me and
Something like
Courtney did
that.
that in
Oh,
college.
yeah. That's
And I
right.
think that my mom really liked seeing our taste test videos because whenever me
Yeah.
and Courtney would taste them, we would send them to my mom.
Yes.
And so I think now that like I don't live with Courtney and Kyle's not that big of a beverage girly,
Yeah, right. You got to
she's
do it.
ready to like try them with
No, I
me.
love that. I know. I remember that story and I was like, that's so cute.
Yeah. I was very happy yesterday because Kyle, quote unquote, entertained my bullshit to try
Nice.
my ciders and put it on video. And then
We
my
love
mom
that.
didn't know Danielle was coming and she loves Danielle. So like
Aw.
I took the video of me and Kyle. My mom doesn't have an iPhone, so I can't send her a
Yeah.
3 minute long video or else it won't
Right.
send. So I
Right.
had to stop the video and then I was like, oh, and wait, there's one more taster. And then I started recording Danielle tasting
That's
it.
cute.
And my mom was like, why didn't you tell me she was there?
Aw. It's literally like a personal vlog. Like that is so
Yeah.
cute. I love
And
it.
I make everybody so like ugh, okay, I have so many things to say.
No, I love it.
So there's like another energy drink. Bloom came out with an apple crisp one
Oh,
for the fall, and my friend Mara found it after I had found it. I was like, Mara, I need you to send me like a full vlog style taste test where you're gonna
yeah.
like show me it like this and you're gonna give me the
Of
flavor
course.
notes. And she did. She understood the assignment.
Nice. I love that for you. I love the vlogs.
So just know if you ever need to tell me what something tastes like, or you would just like want to tell me your review on something,
She wants a vlog.
it must be like a 3 minute YouTube style vlog.
I love
And you
it.
must be very serious about it.
So good. What's up, you guys? Here's my microphone.
Yeah, exactly.
So good. All right, you guys. Well, let's dive into the topic of the day. If you were just here for the chit chat, you got 32
Well,
good
it's
minutes,
over now.
honestly. So, not like we won't chit chat more, but we're going to get into our book. This is book club number 11 in total for our podcast over the years, which is so crazy. And this was an Erica's pick, if you will. We read None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. And okay, I don't want to give
And okay.
spoilers. Yeah, I don't want to give spoilers, you guys. So if you haven't read the book and you want to, stop listening now. If you haven't read the book and you just want to listen to us talk about it and you don't care about spoilers, stay. Okay.
We're gonna yap now.
So the None of This Is True book, I feel like I found it so highly recommended by people I watch on the internet, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, people who read. I did not think it lived up to that hype. I was so annoyed. I was just like, what? This was mid to me. I'll say my rating now. It's going to be 3 stars. I'm really sad to
Yeah.
say it. It's going to be 3 stars. I was like, what? Like, why did everyone think this was so good? It wasn't
I
bad,
can
but
I can see why people thought it was good. I'm in your boat. I think this is probably one of the questions. I looked ahead a little bit, so I'm like
yeah,
spoiling it.
it's
But
okay.
the name of it being None of This Is True, I
Spoil
literally
it.
didn't believe anything that was happening the entire
Yes.
book. Like
Yes.
literally every sentence I was like, I don't care. This isn't true. Like I
Mm-hmm.
literally like I
I
just didn't
agree.
understand what was happening.
Yeah.
I guess I understood what was happening, but I didn't know if I was allowed to
Didn't
believe
believe
it.
it. Yeah.
So I
No, it
was
was
just
so
confused the
confusing.
whole time.
Completely agree. I think the title was a spoiler. It is a question we'll get into. But before we start, you guys, I pulled, as you guys know, Super Summary, our favorite website. I
Yeah,
pulled
yeah,
a
yeah,
summary
yeah,
from
yeah.
Super Summary. I'll link it in the
We know
description.
her.
But Super Summary actually wrote a content warning. And I was like, oh, that's great. I'll read that on the podcast because this book does have a lot of
Lots
interesting
of
themes.
things.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you guys the content warning that we'll start. So the content warning is the source material features depictions of domestic violence, alcohol use disorder, physical and sexual abuse, pedophilia, abduction, and murder. all squeezed into one book, which is probably half the problem.
Yeah, and like half of it's not true. So
Yeah, like I don't even know what to believe, but we'll start with the summary. As you guys know, our format typically goes, we're going to read a summary and then we'll talk about a few questions. And honestly, did not pull a lot of questions this time. And then we're going to talk about dream casting, which I didn't look at yours, so I'm excited to see.
I
Um,
hope that the format's okay at the bottom of this because I did it on my phone and I have no
oh,
idea what the bottom of this
I haven't
document's
looked
gonna look
either.
like.
We'll find out. As long as you know what you mean.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, let me take a deep breath and we're going to start. Okay, here we go. None of this is true combines psychological thriller conventions with elements of the true crime genre. The novel intersperses
And we're on
multiple.
sentence to
Yeah, like
it.
what? The novel intersperses multiple retrospective narrative voices to enhance the traditional narration of the main plot in order to outline the increasingly sinister aspects of the relationship between podcaster Alix Summer and Josie Fair, the woman who approaches her and proposes to be the subject of her next podcast. Why do they have to use so many big words? I feel like they didn't have to do that. That was
No, this
rude.
is a summary. I
I
can't
This is
read. Obviously, that's
honestly
why I need the summary.
I think plot summary or super summary is like hate criming me right now. Like stop it.
It's like it's 7 in the morning and you can't read?
No,
What?
literally. So, okay, you guys, there's a podcaster, Alix Summer. She's a famous podcaster, has a famous podcast. And then there's a random character that we start out with named Josie Fair. She's kind of the main character. And she approaches Alix and says, I want to be the subject of your next podcast. I have something big coming.
Yeah.
That's the
Like
layman's
doesn't have
terms.
anything important to share
No.
yet. Says
So
I
I'm
have
about to change my life.
she said I'm about to change my life. You need to interview
Yes.
me.
Yeah. She's like, this will be good, swear. So I'm going to continue. In addition to this main plot line, the story is supplemented by interviews, transcripts, and other materials from the Netflix documentary based on their story. So, right from chapter one, which this part I actually did like, and it did not confuse me, which was surprising. They, from the first chapter, you'd read a little bit of the chapter and get the story of like in real time, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And then you would get a little bit of a Netflix show kind of transcript from the
Yeah.
future when they created a show about the
It's
story you're
like we
reading in
were
real time.
reading like the stage notes or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
It was cool, honestly. I did like that part.
Hmm.
Okay. Here we go. When Josie Fair steps out of her comfort zone to celebrate her 45th birthday in a popular local pub because she was a recluse, she meets Alix Summer, who is her birthday twin, who is also celebrating her 45th birthday as well. Although they're from the same neighborhood, Josie and Alix's lives are very different. Josie lives with her husband, Walter, and her daughter, Erin, in a small apartment overlooking a bus stop, and her older daughter, Roxy, has long since left the family home. The circumstances of Roxy's departure are left untold until we get all the way to the end of the
Yeah.
book. Alix lives with her husband, Alix the podcaster, lives with her husband, Nathan, and their two children, Eliza and Leon. If you Leon, I think that's how you say
Yeah.
it. And that's how I say it in my head. In a spacious, elegant home just blocks away. We know that means nothing because I called Persephone in my head.
Well, I
So
think it's Leon. I can't
definitely
imagine
is.
how else you would
No,
say
that one's pretty clear. I feel.
it.
Okay, so Alix, a well known podcaster, attracts Josie's attention. Josie's looking for a change in her life, so she approaches Alix to propose that they do a podcast together, documenting her big life changes as she implements them, along with her account of her past history. Despite some of the reservations that Alix has, she agrees, and they embark on the project in Alix's home recording studio. As the interviews progress, however, Alix learns some shocking truths about Josie's life. Josie met her husband when she was only 13 and married him when she was 18. Her husband at that time was 43, which they went crazy with the age gap here.
Yeah, like it
But
could have been
okay,
like 35 and 18 and I'm like,
we still
well,
would have been like, whoa,
egregious, not
yeah.
as egregious.
Yeah, like, whoa. Their eldest daughter, Roxy, ran away, and their youngest, Erin, wait, I thought they were twins. What do you
Mm-mm.
mean, oldest and youngest? This whole time I thought they were
They were
twins.
2 years different. One was 21
I'm
and one was
dumb.
23.
Okay. I don't know where I got that. Okay.
Mm.
Their eldest daughter, Roxy, ran away, and their youngest daughter, Erin, never steps out of her bedroom and only eats baby food. Josie believes that Walter, that has no description, but we'll get there, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really ever get solved in the book either. I
Yeah.
think
Like
she has like
a
developmental
sensory,
delays, and I think
yeah.
that she doesn't like chewing her food.
Yeah, I
And
think
like
it
that's
ended up being
fine.
like a sensory thing or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
You kind of have to assume a lot in this book too.
Yeah.
Their eldest daughter Roxy ran away. Their youngest Erin eats baby food, never leaves her room. Josie believes that Walter has been abusing Erin, the daughter at home, for nearly 6 years, but never confronts the problem. Instead, putting in earplugs when he leaves her bed every night.
Yeah. So
As
instead of like being a mother to the situation, she
she just lays
just
there
lays there and
with her
forgets about
headphones
it.
in. Yeah. As Josie's confessions continue, Alex grows more uneasy with the situation. Beyond the details of Josie's life, she is insinuating herself into Alex's own life. But Alex is determined to finish the podcast, which is shaping up to be both explosive and important.
Hmm.
So, when Josie visits Alex's house for the interview, she often takes a small item each time from Alex's house. So, like, she stole a teaspoon, then she stole a bracelet, she stole a drawing. Randomly, she stole an espresso pod, which I found like a funny little detail.
Yeah, she
And
stole like a strip of photos for her like youngest son's
yeah,
passport.
she stole a drawing from one of her kids, like
Yeah.
random stuff. And so she'll hide it in her underwear drawer when she goes home, like a creep. So
Yeah.
then when Josie and Walter have dinner at Alex's home, the situation comes to a head. So Nathan, which is Alex's husband, stays out drinking with friends really late. So he's been dealing with an alcohol addiction, an issue that Alex has shared with Josie in the past. And Josie gets so angry about the dinner party being ruined because of her husband, and when she gets home that night, she decides it's time for a change. Not for herself, but for Alex and
No,
Nathan.
like she literally goes into the house and like yes, what Nathan did in the book is not right. Like he's just
Yeah.
leaving his wife at home to like
But Josie
she
was
was like,
big mad.
she's like, Alex calls her husband on the phone and like he's like slurring his words because he's like drunk out with his friends. And
Yeah.
she told him he could go out until a certain time, but he's like, she's like, make it back for dinner time. And he was like, okay. And then he goes on a bender and he doesn't come back.
Yeah.
But she like calls him and he's like, I'll be right there and like slurs his words. And Josie literally looks at Alex and is like, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
And
like
she was like, what do
divorce
you
him.
mean? And she was like, well, I heard him slurring his words over the phone. I can't believe you put up with that. And I'm like, girl, what
They
the
also don't
hell?
even know each other. Like they've only been
You've
talking for a
literally
couple
never
weeks.
met her husband.
Yeah, like
Like, shut
what?
up.
So wild. That's part of why the plot was so hard to believe and rate highly because I'm just like
Mhm.
this is silly. So,
Yeah.
yeah, the dinner party's ruined, whatever. Josie's like this has to change. Several hours later, she appears on Alex's doorstep, badly beaten, and claims that Walter, upset about the dinner party, had taken his frustrations out on her and Aaron. She claims that Aaron went to a friend's house and now Josie is relying on Alex to take her in.
Which is crazy because the way that she describes, she's like, Walter is a man's man. Like
Yeah, it was so weird.
he went home and he took it out on me because your husband didn't show up and he thought it was my fault for bringing him in with another woman. And I'm like, what are
So
you
weird.
talking about?
Yeah, what are you even trying to say? Wait, is that a squirrel? You guys, I think there's a rat outside on my cooler.
Wait, okay. Speaking of
There
rats, I've
is.
seen three in a week and like
Bruh.
I never see them.
Yeah.
I I was walking around the other day and we were taking Scarlett on a walk at night and like I get it, the rats will probably come out at night. So like that's why I'm just
The
like seeing
rats are
them
out
because
at night.
I've been out later, I guess. And
Yeah.
so I see one and I was like, is that a rat? Was that like a bunny? Like what was that? And Kyle was like, it's
Yeah.
probably a rat. And I was like, I've never seen rats.
Yeah.
And then we walked to Target and I saw a dead rat on the way to
Oh.
Target. And then last night, spoiler alert, I didn't finish this book until this morning,
Oh
but
my gosh.
I went to the gym to walk on the treadmill because I could
Right.
not keep my eyes open yesterday and I was trying
Yeah.
to finish reading it. And I saw a rat run in front of me on my way back.
Oh my God. Dude, the rats are out. They're bad. They're really annoying. Our complex is like, oh, we're having like a rat problem. So we're gonna try to mitigate this by putting out rat traps. And now they just live in the traps and then they come out. It didn't stop nothing. Ew! Sorry, he's disgusting. He's disgusting and he's right by the door and he's just walking around on the top of my cooler.
He's not gross. It's his outside. Let him live there.
True, but the tail is literally like that long,
I think I like
but
rats.
the
So we're
actual
in
body
very
is small.
different we're in very
Ugh.
different boats right now. I
I'm
think they're
like,
kind of
I don't
cute.
want them to die, but just go, don't go on my patio, please. Just go in the grass. But anyways, okay, big tangent. But
Yeah,
back to the book. There are some rats in this book.
yeah.
Okay. For a week, Josie stays with Alex after she, randomly shows up on the doorstep saying that her husband beat her. And she becomes increasingly uncomfortable because Josie keeps wearing Alex's clothes. So Alex is like, here, you can borrow some clothes because you just showed up here with nothing. But then Josie literally washes them every night and wears them again the next day. Super weird. Literally comes out of the room for a
But like
week
her
every
own
day wearing
clothes
them.
are clean in the room
Yeah,
that she's
just hanging there.
staying.
And she
Yeah.
still chooses to wear Alex's clothes because she's, again, a creep.
And like
Um,
stealing her makeup to get ready before they go and like
yes.
talk about the podcast
She's
that
like,
they're
I found this in
recording.
the guest room. No,
No,
she
you
literally
didn't.
stole it from Alex's room. Creepy. So they continue the podcast interviews as Josie's kind of like living there, even delving into the disappearance of Brooke Ripley, which is Roxy, the daughter, the eldest daughter who ran away. That's her first girlfriend. But in
Which
that
we don't
story,
learn
we
until
didn't
like the
know.
very
Yeah.
end.
She was just her best friend. I'm doing air quotes
Hmm.
because that's what
The
the
classic.
story was. Yeah, classic best friend to girlfriend pipeline.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
she was just the best friend. We didn't find that out until very later. So as Alix becomes increasingly suspicious of Josie, Josie collects things from Nathan's pockets and uses them to create the suspicion of infidelity in Alix's mind. So she literally is taking stuff like making a pretend bag of cocaine and like sneaking it into his
I
jacket
don't
pocket.
think it was a pretend bag of
Oh, you think it
cocaine.
was real?
I think it was a real bag of cocaine, but she just wanted Alex to be like,
Like
this
see
is
it?
another thing.
Yeah. She was just doing all these like little manipulative things to make Alix think that the husband was cheating. And in the
Hmm.
end he wasn't. But also
He
none of this
wasn't
is true.
ever.
So like I'm
Yeah, like I don't
confused.
believe anything that happened at the
I
end of this
know. Me either.
book.
I'm like, if there was another book, I couldn't even
At
begin
the
to
end
think
of the
about that.
book, I thought that Josie was gonna beat Alex and Alex was dead. Like I literally didn't know what was gonna
Oh,
happen. And then it
yeah.
didn't happen. And like the end of the book was very mid to me.
Yeah. I was like, okay, now I'm just questioning everything, which I was already doing.
Like they never
Cool.
found Josie at the end, and I'm like,
I'm like, okay. Yeah. So, okay, as blah, blah, blah. She's doing the husband thing. Okay. So
mhm,
Josie finally leaves of living in Alex's house, which it took a lot for them to get her to leave. And then Alex's sisters come to town for a visit and they all stay with her. And she thinks that Josie's influence in her life is over. Like, all right, thank God
mhm,
she's gone. Like, I'm not going to worry about it. But that night, Nathan disappears, her husband, of course. And he
mhm,
was
mhm.
last seen getting into a car rented with Erin Fair's credit card. Okay. Erin is the
So
daughter that
Josie's
lives at home
daughter, yeah.
and eats baby food. And like they say she never comes out of her room, but
Hmm.
somehow she booked this car for him.
Hmm.
Supposedly, it's under her name. Alix understands that Josie has kidnapped Nathan and the search for them begins. So police break into Josie's apartment and end up finding Walter, her husband, who's really old, beaten and dead in the bathtub, and Erin, the daughter, also beaten and comatose, tied to a chair.
Hmm.
Okay. So that also, by the way,
So
escalated very quickly.
it did escalate very
Came
quickly
out of
in the
nowhere.
book too. So like I had a feeling, obviously,
Right.
when
Of
like
course.
Josie comes to the house at 3 a.m., like right after the dinner, and she's like, Walter beat me.
Yeah. We're like,
And
okay,
I'm
so
like,
you beat him. Okay, cool.
yeah. So I was like, I know he's dead, but I didn't
Yeah.
know what else had happened. Like as soon as she came over to the house,
Right.
I was like, yeah, he's dead. But I don't
Obviously.
know what else was going on.
Especially because it's like Alex kept being like, has Walter called you? Because she all she said was that they got in a fight. She kept being like, has Walter called? And she's like, no, he's never gonna talk to me again. I'm like, okay, so he's
Well,
dead.
same thing with like Erin. She was like, so when was the last time you saw your daughter? She's like, a year ago. And she's like, she lives in
Yeah.
your house. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, okay. No, no questions about it. She's like, why don't you say anything, do anything about any of this?
And she's like, I don't know. It's just not my place. Like it's I don't need
Mm-hmm.
to do anything. Like it's his
So
fault. He'll
crazy.
fix it. And I'm like, no, he won't.
Yeah. Okay, so finally, Roxy, the estranged daughter, Roxy returns home to look after Erin, the younger sister. And when Erin comes out of her coma, she says that Josie committed the crimes. So
Hmm.
together, they tell Alix that Walter had not been abusing Erin. Erin is a famous gamer, which I have to say, I actually liked this part of the
I
story.
did too.
Really, I felt like it was
Yeah.
just wholesome and cute and sweet, and
Well,
it's like she found her place.
I was very confused throughout the book because they were saying like every time they'd walk by Erin's room, like Josie would talk about like the smell.
Right.
I was convinced that Erin was dead in the room the whole time. I didn't
Oh,
know why, but then she would also talk about like hearing the chair creak. And
right.
oh, of course, like she's sitting in a chair. And then when we learned that Erin was in like the storage room closet
Yeah.
tied to the chair, I was like, has she been tied to a chair for the past like,
Forever.
5 years?
Yeah.
And like that's why it smells in there. Like she can't get up, like she has to go to the bathroom on herself or whatever.
Hmm.
And then they like went to explain it a bit more, and they were like, oh, she's a gamer. So I was like, that's why the chair was creaking,
Right.
always gaming, but like she was still not locked in her room, but like chose to like stay in
Yeah.
her room,
Literally
I
never came
guess.
out. Because why would you if this was your mother?
No, literally.
Makes all the sense now. I'm like, okay, I see this.
I was just
So
convinced
yeah,
that Erin was dead the whole time until like we heard her
I don't
speak.
know why I never thought of that. Now there's a freaking hawk. Okay, I'm getting distracted by wildlife. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's a good point. And I guess they never really did explain the smell. Maybe just because she like never showers because she doesn't want to leave her room. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I
I
don't even get it.
guess.
But yeah, so she's a famous gamer online, and Walter, the dad, had like taken part in her gaming streams every night. So he would like he came in and people were like, "Oh, Erin, is that your dad?" Because she was very soft-spoken and she didn't talk a lot on her
Mhm.
stream. So people would watch her play, but not a lot of personality behind her. The dad
Mhm.
came in and they were like, everyone was like, "Who is that? Who is that?" And she said, "That's my pops." So then they just started calling him pops on the internet, which I feel like this is a very believable story too. Like this could
Yeah.
definitely happen. And he became famous with her. So
Yeah.
then he helped her start monetizing her stream so she could make some money. And he was putting it in her own account for her that Josie didn't know about so that
Mhm.
she could collect that and
And
then
then
gain
leave.
independence and move out and be have a better life, which I was just like, that is the most wholesome. I love that part.
Yeah,
I
I did
love that part.
too.
So
But he
yeah,
died.
yeah, but he died. So Aaron also tells Roxy that Josie had killed Brooke, that best friend, air quote, or Roxy's first girlfriend. And the
Uh-huh.
police later find Brooke's body hidden in the fair's garage. So it's all kind of lining up, right? So the
Hmm.
police finally discover where Josie was holding Nathan, the husband of Alix. This is so confusing. But it's too late because he's dead. Alix receives a text message from Josie who claims that Nathan's death was an accident and that she only meant to hold him so that Alix could experience the freedom of her life without him, which, by the way, was not even a thing for her because she's not a psychopath. She was devastated.
Yeah,
It was sad.
because at the beginning of the book,
Yeah,
Josie goes to Alex. She's like, "How would you feel if your husband died?" Because she can like tell that they have like some strain in their relationship. She's like,
right.
she thinks for a minute because like obviously she's having some strain. So she's
Yeah, like,
like, "If he
okay.
died, would I feel free or would I feel
Sad.
devastated?" And
Yeah,
she's like, "I would feel absolutely devastated."
yeah. And Josie is like, huh, weird, because I would feel free if my husband died. It's like,
But
okay,
leave him.
creepy. Yeah. So yeah, so she also sends Alex a vaguely threatening letter, but then Alex never hears from her again. Okay. So then we get like one of those a year
Which
later.
originally, that's how the book ended. This
Oh,
16 months later chapter was new.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No way.
Which I wish
Okay.
the book would have just ended like that.
Interesting. Okay, so then the
The
new part.
last chapter just
Yeah.
pissed me off.
It's kind of random. Yeah, so the new part is that over a year later, Josie is on a bus somewhere in the world. I don't even think we know. Josie's on
Yeah.
a bus and she overhears two women randomly, like in the back or whatever, talking about a Netflix documentary, which is the Hi, I'm Your Birthday Twin, which I'm not even getting into birthday twin stuff. I thought that was so stupid.
It's dumb.
So dumb. But they talk about the documentary that's based on Alex's podcast of Josie's life. And she remembers the night of Brooke's death as they're talking about it. And she recalls how actually Roxy, the girlfriend or whatever, the daughter, actually accidentally killed Brooke, and the family all colluded to hide the body and protect the daughter. So she holds on to the belief that no matter what else happened, she was a good mother. The end.
Which I feel like really confused me
It is very confusing.
because, like, I don't know who killed Brooke. Because at the
Right,
beginning, we were meant to believe that Walter killed Brooke because he
right.
was
He
sexually
was a
abusing
creep.
Brooke,
Yeah, yeah,
which we never talked about in this summary because it was
yeah.
kind of like a side point.
It was like
But
the whole story until it wasn't. And then it's like, that doesn't even, I've not even thought about that again, that he was a
yeah.
creep. You know what I mean?
So basically, it was meant that like Walter was physically abusing
Yeah.
Josie or Brooke, and then we learned that that wasn't happening,
They
and then
wanted
we
us to
learned that
think he like
Josie killed
grooms
Brooke.
girls. Yeah. They wanted us to think he grooms young girls and that Josie was just one of his victims and then he had more, which was not
Yeah,
true.
yeah. And
Supposedly.
so then Josie
Allegedly.
supposedly killed Brooke based off of
Yeah.
Aaron, and then Aaron's like, well, Josie's like, Aaron never tells the truth because she's a liar. And
Hmm.
then at the very end, we learned that Roxy potentially accidentally killed Brooke. And I'm
Yeah.
like, who killed Brooke? She doesn't
Yeah.
even matter in this story.
They said that Roxy killed Brooke, but then told her mom, if you ever tell anyone about this, I'll tell them it was you.
Yeah.
So that kind of circles back around to how Josie took the blame, if that's true.
So who killed
And
Brooke?
literally, I don't even know if I can believe any of the end because of the title of the book, which I think is the
Yeah.
point, and I get it, and that does make it a good book and does make it like me want to talk about it. And I did actually have the like surprisingly, I had the urge to read a lot. I was like, wait, I really want to pick up the book and see what
Mhm.
happens because I was always
That's how I was too. I
confused.
was like, because I was
Yeah.
hoping that we would get to a cut and dry answer,
Yes.
and then
We
it
never
never
did.
happened.
So if you like that kind of thing, then maybe you'd like this book more than us. But I just felt like I was getting the runaround and I'm like, I just want to enjoy myself. I feel so stressed and confused. Like, what is going on? So,
I feel
anyways,
like that already answers the first discussion question that you have written down here.
yes, yeah. So these questions are from the book, which was really nice. As we know, they had a little book club thing at the end. So she said, consider how the book's title influenced your perception of events and characters, and what elements were you suspicious of from the start because of the title. For us, it was
Everything.
everything. Yeah, like there weren't specific elements. It was the whole story that we were just like, I don't know. Like, do we believe it or
Yeah.
not? I don't know.
Like I had a hard time because again, this wasn't touched on in the summary at all. I had a hard time believing like that Walter was really a pedophile and a groomer because
Right.
the way that Josie told the story, even. It was like
Yeah.
she was coming from it like she initiated things, which I
Right.
guess we eventually learned that she did by
Mm-hmm.
manipulating him into being with her. But I was like,
Right.
you can't manipulate somebody when you're 13. So like I had to believe that it was Walter's fault. But I
Right.
don't even understand how they got together because we learned in
No,
the book
so weird, by the
that
way.
the mom was dating Walter and then
Josie's
Josie
mom
stole Walter. And I'm
from her
like,
mother.
huh?
So weird. Yeah, so the problem I feel like that they created is, and they did this on purpose, obviously. The problem they created is that they wanted us to believe he was a pedophile, which is extremely easy to believe because he was
Hmm.
43 and she was 18 or whatever, 16, 13, I don't know. Their age difference was like, I don't know, 30 something years. So it's really
Yeah.
easy to believe that he was a pedophile, but he was also nice, good father to his kids, it seemed like. So really, by the end of the story, the most hateable trait or like like whatever, the worst trait about him is that he started dating her so young, but he didn't do anything wrong aside from that. So
Yeah,
then it's
true.
like, I don't know, it's just hard to like put people into the box of if you like them or not, or if they're good or not, which I guess is the point, but it was just
Yeah.
annoying. Anyway, okay, so in what ways were we encouraged to see Josie in a sympathetic light in the early chapters? And then how does Lisa Jewell, which is the author, how does Lisa Jewell's characterization lead us to think of Josie as just a little quirky or lonely and ultimately harmless?
I
That was
feel like at
confusing.
the very beginning of the book, like obviously we're meant to believe like she's with this 70-year-old guy. She's 40.
Yeah,
They've been together their entire life. She has no life away from being like a mother and a wife. Like she
yeah,
never knew who she was, but she did that to herself. So
right.
like
We're led to
that's
believe
how,
she's a victim in the beginning, like
yeah.
very, very much.
So definitely that's how we're meant to like see her in a sympathetic light. And I guess we could also see that as how like the author is painting her as a little quirky or lonely. Like, obviously,
Right.
she's a bit lonely. She has a 70-year-old husband. She's
Mm-hmm.
40. Like, she's still like in the prime of her life. He's like starting to settle down, like, be a
Yeah,
little bit older, a little bit slower. And like, she has kids that are way older than everybody else in her age group because she had her
yeah.
kids young. So, like, obviously, she's a little weird. Oh, and also, she only wears denim for
Yeah, that
some
was a
dumb
really weird
reason.
like quirk. Denim everything,
So,
like denim shirt, denim pants, denim belt, denim
like,
denim
accessories,
curtains, she said in her house.
everything.
She was
And
like
then she
emotionally
meets
attached.
Alex and she like had to like change. But she was like, well, Walter one time told me when I was like 14 years old that he liked my
Oh,
jeans. So
I've been
I
wearing
had to
denim
wear
ever since.
I had to wear denim ever since. And I'm like,
Yeah. It was
he's
really
70
strange.
years old. He doesn't care what you're wearing.
Yeah. Also, she was so mean to Walter, and like you
So
could get
mean.
glimpses of that, but then you also felt like, oh, but she's defending herself because she's a victim. Like it was so confusing. Like the author manipulated us as hell. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah.
To believe the most crazy things.
I
But
don't
yeah, I feel like in the
understand.
beginning we're really made to see her as a victim, and that's how she sets the scene, which it worked. Um, and yeah, and then you start to think she's weird because she's also socially awkward. She was
Hmm.
poor. She was quote groomed or whatever. She started dating her husband at 13, so she didn't have socialization with dating or even with friends. So she was also like socially awkward, which also added to the
Yeah.
quirkiness of
And
her.
I also forgot like her mom had her young and like didn't necessarily
Yeah,
want to have kids. Like she
yeah,
just had like she accidentally had a one night stand, ended up getting pregnant, and then
right.
found out too late that she couldn't like get rid of the baby.
Yeah, terminate. Yeah,
Yeah. So at that point, like she was like, yes, I was a bit resentful, but by the time that like Josie was cognizant enough as a child, like I had turned my resentment a bit, but like
right.
it obviously she's like I wasn't the best mother, and her mom like admits that in the book.
Yeah. She
But
also
like
paints her mom to be the worst person in the world, and then the mom ends up being pretty normal. I'm
yeah,
like,
she's pretty
what?
normal. Like yeah, she like by
Make mistakes,
happenstance,
whatever.
she made mistakes. Like she
Yeah,
wasn't the best mom because she wasn't prepared to be a mom ever, and she did it all alone. Like she still
yeah,
wanted to be like the woman that she was aside from a mother. So she like painted her as the worst person ever for that. And I'm like, no, that's normal.
literally. Okay, well, yeah, that question is just like a deep rabbit hole, honestly, you guys. But okay, so towards the end of the novel, then we get more perspectives on Josie as a character and the truths of what she did because we start to hear like from her kids, from her mom, who's Kate? Oh, Caitlin, the girl. Okay,
The
and
girl that
other
she's
people.
meant to like stage
Yeah,
him
that
as
was
having an
weird.
affair with.
Yeah. So with these increased points of view, how do you now see Josie?
She's a liar. She doesn't
She
make any
is
sense.
so unbelievable, like not in the good way. She's not like, oh, she's unbelievable. No, she's so
No,
unbelievable.
she's
You can't believe a
bad.
word she says. I have no idea how to feel about Josie. I guess I don't like her. I'm confused. And
I think I hate her.
she just like like ripped a path of fire through everyone's life. Like
Yeah.
Alix and her husband were having a normal life and she just like came through and like wrecked it all, killed her husband literally, like just ruined her whole life. For what? For her
For
story to
literally
come out. And now she's
nothing.
in hiding and alone again, by the way. So what? You were lonely as younger, now you're lonely again. Congrats.
Yeah. Like, what did you do?
Crazy. Okay, that one I feel like doesn't need a lot of discussion. Lastly, what clues did you pick up on throughout the first half of the book that made you think that not all was as it seemed in Josie's life, and were your predictions accurate?
I feel like there was a weird point in the book where they were talking to the secretary of the school. And I feel like that's when I started to see some things like at the very beginning that made me think that Josie's life was not as it seemed
Right,
because the school secretary was like, yeah, like the mom was always a bit weird. The children, yes, they
right.
got into like some scuffles, like they weren't great children,
Yeah,
but they like weren't as bad as the mom made it out to seem.
right. Yeah,
I feel like that was the first time in the like first half of the novel that I was like, oh,
that's
this
true.
is weird.
Yeah, this is getting weird. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. The stuff about the kids was just sad. I was just like, I don't know. And I also thought they were twins because I'm weird. I don't know why I thought that. And I actually did pick twins to play the twins, which is funny because they're not,
Yeah.
but whatever. So I don't know if I have a lot of comments on this question just because I really, at every step of the book, thought of the title of the book. And I
Yeah.
guess that was on purpose, but I just don't think it was a good move. Like, I would have rather not known that none of this is true. And
Yeah,
that would
I
have
wish it
made
would have
us
been called like,
believe it.
"Hi, I'm your birthday twin."
Yeah, literally, or some anything else, because then by the end we would have been surprised, but we're not because we knew probably none of this
Nothing
is
is
true.
true.
Yeah.
And I still
Anyways,
don't even know what.
what is true or isn't?
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
I feel like normally at the end of a book or a movie and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know what happened."
Yeah.
That makes me think that it wasn't a good movie and there was like plot holes. There weren't plot holes. I
Yeah.
just like there were so many plots because there were so many truths and
It's
we
like
don't know
hurts your
which
brain.
one's the right
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, completely agree. Well, I'm excited, you guys, because we're already at an hour and like we haven't had a long episode in a while. So I hope you guys love this.
Yeah.
But let's
I
move on.
also,
Oh, go
but I
ahead.
know Erica last time, she was the one that read the book in like an entire day. I was like
Yes.
30% done with the book yesterday
Yes.
and I had to finish it and I could not stay awake. I haven't been able to
Mm-hmm.
stay awake reading for like weeks at this point because of the
Same.
whole Scarlet thing and being exhausted.
Yeah.
So I went to the gym and I walked on the treadmill for an hour and 43 minutes the
Oh
first
my
time.
gosh. Yeah.
And then I went back, I rode the bike for an hour and 25 minutes. And then I
Wow.
walked on the treadmill for like another 20 minutes. And then I came home and I still had just a little bit left. So I woke up at 6 this morning to
Holy
finish the
crap.
book. And I didn't go to bed until like past midnight because I had to finish reading. So
Wow.
that's why another reason I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I was so impressed. Yesterday, I told Angelo that that's what you were doing. You were on the treadmill reading, and he was like, "That is wild." Because I had the same problem with last book club. Is and in general, if I lay down in my bed and read on my Kindle, I'm asleep in like 5 minutes. Like I just fall asleep. I don't know something. It's probably because I'm in my bed and I should read somewhere else. But I completely agree, and I was like, "That's actually a really good idea to try to stay awake while reading." Is like doing that. I would have never thought of
I
that.
never lay down in my bed. I was sitting on
Yeah,
the couch, didn't even have my
just
feet
falling
propped
asleep.
up, and I was falling asleep. And I was like, okay, I
Yeah.
gotta go. And I
Oh
knew
my
that was gonna
gosh.
happen as soon as
Yeah.
I like grabbed the book yesterday because I think I started reading at like 6.
Hmm.
And so I didn't even try and sit down at first. I just
Yeah.
immediately went and walked for 2 hours.
Smart.
And my legs started to like get tired for like the
Right.
2 hour walk. Like I could do a 2 hour walk. That's not
Yeah.
that horrible. And then so I came back and I read like 2 chapters and I was like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta go back. I can't.
Yeah, that's wild. All right,
And
you
then I got
guys.
scared because it was night and so I had to come
Oh, don't like
home.
that. I would be like, Angelo, come get me.
Kyle did. Well,
Yeah,
he was supposed to. And then people walked into I mean, I live in an apartment complex. So like I
right.
was in the leasing office. People were working out at 10 o'clock on a Saturday. I was like There was four
Oh,
people in there, and I was like, "What is going on?"
okay, night
Those
owls.
people didn't scare me, but then everybody else left, and I was the only one
Right.
in there, and I was fine for a little bit. And then these people, I think they were just like drinking in the parking lot, kept coming
Oh.
in and going to the bathroom, and they were making
Oh
me
my
like
gosh,
weirded
yeah.
out. So then I
Anything in
went
the dark
home.
and in the night, I'm like, rather not be alone.
Yeah.
Why not have
Like I'll go
someone?
to the gym at 5 a.m. and it's dark, but there's less
Right.
weirdos out at
Different
5
vibes.
a.m.
True. Yeah. All right, you guys, we're gonna Dreamcast. Woohoo! I love this part
Yay.
of our thing. So this is like if I never explain this, but this is like if this book were to become a movie, who would we like to see play it? It doesn't, I think a lot of times Marissa and I both like kind of base it off of who we pictured in our head. It doesn't always have to be that though. I feel like you can also just pick who you want to see play it. It can be different. I don't know, but
Yeah, I
we're gonna
had people in my
Dreamcast.
head, but for the life of me, I couldn't remember their names. So I just looked
Mm,
up
I felt like
the
that too.
the age ranges that I
Yep.
wanted.
I'd be like blonde actress around this age.
Yeah.
So let's start with Alex and we can both say ours and we'll put the pictures
Hmm.
on the screen too, you guys. But I chose Chelsea Kane. Now, this sounds like a random name, but if you look her up, or maybe you recognize her, maybe you don't. I don't recognize
Nope.
her from this, but if you look her up, I bet you will from like old Disney or like movies from our childhood. And I wrote Chelsea Kane recently because it has to be the picture I'm telling you guys and showing you guys, not the ones of her when she was younger. And that's who I pick for Alex the podcaster.
I don't think I know her.
Really? Okay, so you don't recognize Chelsea Kane from your younger
No.
years. Okay,
I
well,
looked her
everyone look
up
her up.
and I think that the only thing I can maybe remember her in was Baby Daddy.
I'm looking her up again too. I just
She was
recognized
on,
her face. I don't remember necessarily like a movie or something, but her old pictures I remembered. But like I said, for this casting, it has to be her now. I feel like these younger
Mhm.
pictures, I'm like, who is she?
Yeah. Well, she's also only 36 currently, so she is a little bit younger than
Yeah.
like the age.
Oh, the Starstruck movie. That was one of my fave Disney movies.
I've
That's
never seen
definitely
it.
where, oh, I love that. That's definitely one. She was in One Tree Hill. These things are tracking for me. Wizards of Waverly Place, she was in. Just
I've seen
random
Wizards of
stuff.
Waverly Place, but I don't
She's
remember.
yeah, she's probably not a mainstay character, I would guess, but yeah. So, anyways, so this is who I picked for Alex the podcaster. I thought it was interesting that they spelled Alex like this. It literally reminded me of Alex Earl. I'm pretty sure this is how Alex Earl spells her name. She's a real podcaster.
Oh,
And then also I thought of Alex Cooper, also a real
yeah.
podcaster,
I thought
both
of Alex
blonde.
Cooper.
Yeah, and so I kind of pictured them in my head a little bit, but I didn't want to choose them, so I chose Chelsea Kane. So who did you
Yeah.
pick for Alex?
I picked Kristen Bell. I
Oh, I like
thought
that.
I thought that she's not who I originally thought, but I can't know
Yeah,
who I was originally thinking. Like I
yeah.
can't think of her name. But I think
I
that
like
she'd be
this.
perfect. I like especially I don't know, she's blonde, like the
Yeah.
podcaster was blonde. I think that she just like she gives the right
And
vibes.
Alex is supposed to be like nice, I feel like. I don't think she has a lot of like big character flaws. Like she's nice, she's kind, she's like helping, and I can see that. I
Yeah,
like
and
it.
I think I mean Kristen Bell is like just known as being like this funny, like super
Yeah.
down to earth, like
Yeah.
actor in general. So I'm like, I think that she works.
That's cute. Oh, I just accidentally saw your next one and I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so going from Alex, let's go to Nathan because this will be the husband of the person we just
Mhm.
chose. I just couldn't unsee the red hair
Me
aspect
neither.
of Nathan, so I went with KJ Appa. And oh wait, that's what you put. No
Yeah.
way, me
I
too. I
as
love
soon as
this.
they said that Nathan had red hair and he was like a little
Yeah.
bit more like professional looking, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the only person I
Modern.
could think of.
Yes, this is again, you guys, modern KJ Appa. Don't think Riverdale because he looked a little too young and like
Yeah.
weird. Yeah. The picture that I pulled, I put him in like a little mock neck long sleeve. I was like, this is what I imagined for
I
the
think he's one of
casting.
my celebrity crushes.
Ooh, love that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've always thought that he's like really attractive. So
Yeah.
I think
He's
that he
perfect.
works for the role and I also think he's a little young too. I don't know how old he is. Let me look him up.
Yeah.
He is can't tell you.
Oh,
28. So he's
oh,
definitely very young for the role, but I think
that
that he could
surprises
play
me.
up.
I thought he was a little older. I'm not gonna lie because 28's way too close to how old I am. I'm like, wait, we're similar. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I
Cool, KJ.
definitely think like with his red hair, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously for the role he has to be
Yeah.
redheaded, but he's also been like he also has like dark brown hair in
Yeah,
like
I
some of
saw
his
that.
roles.
I was
But I
surprised.
think the red hair
Yeah.
works.
I like it. Okay, wait, I didn't realize you put that. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's pop over to Josie. I love your choice for Josie too, but mine is very, very random. I could not, again, this is one where I had a picture in my head, couldn't find her. This is
Uh-huh.
close enough. I went with someone named Michelle Mitchener. I don't know if that's her name, and I don't know who she is. I do. you guys have said this, but I just literally search on Google like actresses 30 years old, whatever, and then I just go on IMDb and go down a list. And
Hmm.
that's where I found her, but I really like the way she looks. I think she's just so cute and she looks good. I don't know. I just like her.
Yeah, I think that
Casting.
she looks normal enough. Like I tried to pick somebody that's
Yes.
like normal enough but could be quirky. And because
Yes.
I don't know her, I
Completely
don't know
agree.
how quirky she could be.
Yep.
But I chose
You nailed
Aubrey
it.
Plaza.
Yeah,
I
that's so
think
good.
I think that she's perfect for the
She
role because
is.
I feel like she normally plays like somebody really funny, but when
Yeah.
she does a serious role, she automatically makes it quirky, and
Yep.
I think that's perfect for
We just
Josie.
watched an Aubrey Plaza movie this week in theaters, and by the way, I did not like it. It was not good a movie, but she had one of those kind of roles where she was like, you thought that she was going to be like, I don't know, normal, and then she turned out to be really fucking weird in the end. And
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
I
oh,
think
that's
it's
perfect.
it's like that's just how she plays roles. I feel like oftentimes currently people are like comparing and contrasting her and Jenna Ortega because Jenna
Oh,
Ortega does the
yeah.
same thing. Like she's very quirky and
I
she's
like
like
that.
very funny. And I think I've seen her in serious roles
Yeah.
before, and I have a hard time believing that she's being serious. And I think that's
Yeah.
exactly what I needed in like
This.
somebody playing her in a movie.
Completely agree. I feel like that's the perfect casting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Josie's husband, Walter. I like that we went the same. I didn't see yours yet, but I saw his old white guy. I picked old white guy as well. Classic. Like that's what I pictured. I picked Robert Duvall. I don't really know him much, but I just thought he looked like what I imagined.
Yeah, I think that he looks a little bit older than I was envisioning
Yeah.
for the guy. I again had a picture of somebody in my head, but I could not remember his name.
Yeah.
And so I tried looking up like actors and like older like white male actors, and I
Yeah.
couldn't find anybody. But I picked, you probably don't recognize him here. His
No.
name is Michael Rook. He plays Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy, so the blue guy with the
Unfamiliar.
arrow,
Unfamiliar. I'll have to look him up.
but he just turned 70. So I feel like
Okay.
this picture is him like a little bit younger.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't find exactly a photo of what he looks like now, like even try to look up recently, but I pictured Walter still being like a handsome guy and is still like
That's
not like
funny.
completely wrinkled and
I
like
didn't.
decrepit.
I imagine him
Really?
so decrepit. Yeah, but I think it's just how they painted him from the beginning that that's what I stuck with.
Yeah, I think that I envisioned him as like this handsome, normal looking guy that you like
Yeah.
wouldn't suspect right away. So that's why I picked Michael Rook. I feel like he looks
Nice.
like perfect for the role now that I see him.
Yeah. Okay, last ones is what I thought were the twins, but really they're just the 2 year age gap sisters. But I did choose twins, and I still think they could actually play it. Honestly, I chose Hallie and Chloe Bailey, and I love this.
Hmm.
I think either could go either way. I think that they're wonderful actresses, and I
I
just
was gonna
like them in
ask you who
general.
would be who.
Yeah, I don't think I have like a preference. I could see either. I really could see either going either way. I don't. I haven't seen them in a lot of stuff. I mean, I know they make music, and then I watched them in the show Grownish. Um, so yeah, I don't really have a preference either way. They're both good actresses. They go
The
either way.
only thing is that I don't see them as being, they're like, I can't see them being like quirky like the kids
Yeah,
were.
yeah, they'd have
Like,
to
I
get
can't
into
see
it.
either one of them playing a lesbian character.
Oh, really?
First off, and I can't see either of them being like half having half their head shaved.
Really? I feel like I
Yeah.
could. I feel like I could see it, but I don't know. I like. I'm trying to think of which one plays which character in the show I watch because I actually don't know which one plays which character. I need to find that out. But anyways, this is my casting.
I like it.
I
I
like it.
think that it makes sense because they are siblings. I think they would have a good dynamic in the show. I
Yeah.
just I needed people that I could see as a little bit more like awkward. I
Yeah.
don't see them playing somebody awkward.
Yeah.
So for Erin, this is the one that was like always locked in her room, never came out, always the gamer. I picked Bella Ramsey.
Let me
I feel
see.
like I could definitely see them with like half their head shaved, and they work on Game of Thrones and
Oh.
The Last of Us,
Okay.
like
Unfamiliar.
the main person in The
Let me
Last of
see.
Us.
Okay.
But I think that they would work perfect for that role.
Nice.
And then for the sister Roxy, I picked Catherine Lang.
Oh.
And I loved that I found this picture because I could only picture her with like the long hair from 13 Reasons Why. But
Yeah.
I thought this was perfect. Like this look
Yeah.
and everything is exactly what I envisioned for Roxy.
Nice. I
And
like it.
I thought that the kids would be blonde actually, and I might have mentioned one of them being blonde in the book, but since I picked Aubrey Plaza and she's like brunette, I was like, no, I like having both of the kids being brunette.
Yeah, that's true. I love it. I feel like I don't know if I really pictured a lot for some of these characters, honestly. I mean, I pictured the old guy, I pictured Walter, and I pictured Alex. But other than that, I didn't have like a super strong image in my head. So I was like, let's just pick who I want to see. Like, who do we want to see
Mm-hmm.
in the world? So yeah, but I love
Yay.
Aubrey Plaza is my favorite casting from
Oh,
this selection
thanks.
because I
I
just think
feel
that
like her
so fits.
quirkiness, her awkwardness, like her untrustability, I feel like it's
Yeah,
perfect.
no, I like it. All right, you guys, that's a wrap on None of This Is True.
Yay.
And then what if I told you that none of this episode is true?
Yeah, well, I don't even know
Ooh,
what is true.
creepy. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at We Run on Coffee to see all of the updates. I'm going to be posting lots of stories from today's episode from our catch up because there was so much to digest there. And then, of course, every time we do a book club episode, I post our dream castings on Instagram so that you can really visualize. So if you didn't watch this episode, you can still go to the Instagram to see the pictures and stuff like that. And I
Hmm.
think that's it. We should wrap it up. We've been going a long time. It's a long episode. But
Yep.
thank you guys for listening. We love you. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And that's all. Bye.
Bye.
And with that, I'm Erica.
And I'm Marissa,
And
and
we
we
run
run
on
on
coffee.
coffee.